Are you tired of hopeless hundreds of generations and still don't get the result? It means you need to deepen your AI knowledge and it's time to learn Inpainting. Outpainting. I'm Masha, I'm a visual designer with commercial experience of more than 8 years. This is YouTube channel Masha AI Labs and we're discovering here the AI tools, preferable open source tools, for designers, brand designers, marketing and managers. If you want to feel like a truly independent creator, not dependent on paid tools, trends or platforms, you need to understand the basics of AI and preferably be the part of open source AI community like Flux or InvokeAI. Yes, it might be a little bit messy at first, but once you understand the fundamentals of image generation, you unlock a level of control most designers don't reach, but they will reach because we are very smart. Yes, you want to learn the mask extractor like Figma Weave has. In 2026, this is extremely important. You asked me in the comments, how do you change the card color in InvokeAI using object selection tool and mask extractor like in Figma Weave. And later in the second part I will show you how as designers how we use these tools to generate brand assets for the imaginary blockchain security company. In the next lesson I will show you how to vibe code a super interesting and super sophisticated modern landing page. Let's go to our first generation of this lesson. Let's write a red card and press invoke. Okay, so here is our card. Let's press OK. So the image is now in our raster layer. We press right click and choose select object. We have here auto process. It means that it will be chosen automatically. Let's press in the middle of our car left click. You can see this green circle has appeared. Our car is chosen. Now you can see here that we have some defects. In that case, here you can see save as new Inpaint mask. And we immediately get the layer called Inpaint mask. Here, press cancel. We have our Inpaint mask. We can change the color if you want by pressing with this colorful circle. Amazing. I want to do it like green or black. Actually, like taking the Inpaint mask with black. I don't know why, but it works. So make sure that you are in the Inpaint mask layer and let's try to adjust our selection. In that case, press Control and mouse wheel, you can adjust the size of the brush. Let's adjust the size of the brush and choose the pixels that are tricky for the machine. Well, that's why we are humans and we are managing our machines manually. I like when everything is perfect and ideal. That's why I'm responsible at my work. And now let's change our prompt. Let's write green car. Let's press invoke and see what's gonna happen. The car is changing its color. I little bit raised the denoising strength. By default it's 0.75. I have here 0.8, which is a little bit higher than default. We can see that the car is another color, but the car itself has changed a little bit. Some of the shapes changed, like this shape is in another place as well. Something is wrong over here. We've got the second generation. I think that the second is better. Let's press OK. Next, I want to make our car extremely similar to our car as much as possible. I got my trick that I take this, our main layer, and I save it to assets, and I want to use our image as the reference image. Let's drag it to reference image section. The developers of InvokeAI have thought about this. It's very user-friendly. I so love it because in other interfaces like Automatic 1111 or Comfy, the places for reference images are a bit sophisticated. Here we've got the green car in our prompt. We've got the reference image. Let's turn this raster layer off, the new one that we made in Inpaint mask, and generate it again. You immediately see that in this part, in the side part of the car, we have red. Here we have something like yellow, which is not really good. I want to discard this because, well, I immediately see that this is not what I want. I can see here the car is red again. Let's discard it. Let's not waste our time. What can we do in that case? We can apply some changes. There are a lot of changes that we can do, but I recommend you changing only one parameter at once. In that case, the first parameter that I want to change, this is the denoising strength. Let's take it to 0.85 and generate again. It was the first generation. I'm pressing the I here. And look, wow, it had changed. Amazing. It's so easy. It literally takes like a couple of minutes. That's it. Now you know the tricks. If it doesn't change, you do everything, but it doesn't change. Play with sampling steps and guidance over here. If you want, I can make a tutorial about that. I really love it. It's so amazing. Look, even the reflections stayed the same. You don't need Figma Weave because InvokeAI did everything. Wow, it's so amazing. I love it. We pressed here tick. Don't forget to press it. And you want to save your image that you have generated. In that case, you can see here merge visible. We need to merge our images. Ta-da! And we have here our beautiful green color. Let's turn on the InPaint mask. It is a separate image. You can use this image for any of your purposes because you merge the layers. It's everything like in Photoshop. That's why I love InvokeAI, and it is much better than any other tool. For old school designers who started their professional way in Photoshop, that is a super cool tool. Let's generate our professional brand assets for imaginary blockchain security company using InvokeAI and Flux model. In the previous lesson, we have covered with you the professional prompting. Here we will keep our prompt that we have created in the previous lesson. And one of the type of assets that I want to create, it is the lock figure because it's a good metaphor, it's a good association with our blockchain security company. So I can see that the first law is generating. Meanwhile, I want to explain you what is InPainting. InPainting, it is a mask-based edit where the painted area is generated. InvokeAI says the painted region that we did with brush or with the object selection to change when you press invoke, while unmask part that we didn't brush, they stay the same. It's good for fixing, adding or removing parts of existing image. In general, we'll tell the machine that these pixels, they have to be changed, while the pixels that we didn't choose, they don't have to be changed. I hope you have understood it. So we have generated our log over here, and I don't like here, as you can see, this part of the stem. It really looks so chaotic. I don't like it. Let's remove it. The first thing that we should do is we should create the InPaint mask. As always, press plus here, InPaint mask. Let's draw it over here. Sometimes, don't forget to choose InPaint mask. Let's choose it. Sometimes it may work just with InPaint mask. Let's see if it works. It worked immediately. Nice. Sometimes it doesn't work from the first attempt. Oh yes. Let's press OK. Let's merge these layers together again. These layers we will disable and we will expand our mask a little bit and repeat all of our actions once again. So we will get less problems. It's so clean. Everything works. Let's press OK. Let's merge our layers again and let's turn off the layers that we don't need and let's turn off the mask. In our project, main brand identity and the brand metaphor is the rose stem grows inside the chain and the chain grows inside the stem. You never know what starts the first, in our case, whether the stem or the chain, and what starts the second, because it's one structure where natural protection, so rose meaning the people, unites in digital protection, tech meaning blockchain. That will be our metaphor, and you can see that this metaphor works over here. I want this metaphor to work also in the start, and we will work with that in the same way as we had. We can keep this mask, press E and erase the mask, the old mask that we did, and draw the new mask in this area. We will generate and unite the layers until we like the result. It may take a while. If you like the result, press accept. If you don't like the result, don't press accept. Generate until you get your result. The main thing that you should work with layers. As you can see, you can connect these puzzles together. This is the main idea as with layers in Photoshop. It gave us some option. I still don't like it. I wanted to grow inside. Like over here, you can see that it's the material is blending. I want this blend. I immediately discard this and wait for the second option. The second option I don't like as well. Let's repeat it, repeat and repeat until the machine understands our logic. Kinda yes, they are together now. They are much closer. The chaining system, they need one push forward. I may keep it if the second generation doesn't give me better result. The second generation is kinda same. I may keep them both actually. If you got several generations and you need to keep both, press here save, and it will be saved to the gallery in the images to our current box. At that one, we can press OK and it will be saved directly to our working environment with layers. Let's choose our layer over here. Let's merge these layers again and let's work with that again, but probably let's adjust the mask layer again in order not to mess up with the machine. This first result I don't like. It's again not really so good. I think we can keep it. We can make another trick with bounding box. Press C or choose it over here in the menu, just on the left, and you can see that this dotted line has appeared, the dotted square, and we can actually move it. This is the bbox. This is the main area of our interest. If you need a more academic explanation, the bounding box is a dotted outline on the Invoke canvas that defines the specific region where the AI model will focus its attention during the generation. Its size and shape are generally tied to your aspect ratio, and actually if you're using Flux, you need to remember that it's divided by 16, something like that. It didn't allow me to really freely adjust the bounding box. Bounding box, it's a football field where the ball can't be played. I don't like football, but I decided to give you exactly that comparison. Let's keep our bounding box like that and let's do it. I immediately can see that the results are a bit better, but I see the chain is collapsing. Now let's do the other way. No, this is not what I want. Let's adjust this a little bit. Here it's kind of sophisticated, not bad. If I don't get any better results, I will keep it. Oh, here something wrong is happening. Let's keep it. Let's merge the layers again and adjust our bounding box. Turned off the InPaint mask. And here we have, you can see how it unites all together. This is our ready to production image. We can work maybe even here a little bit if you want. I actually like that it's too chaotic. Don't forget, as we'll be wipe coding the website and we may need the dark version, we can make a dark version of our image. So again, save layer to assets, yes, and drop it to reference image, light background. Let's place it at the start, dark background. Remember the tokenization lesson, the previous lesson? You can watch it over here or here, the previous lesson about tokenization, about prompt, what happens if we place our word at the start. So dark background, we will place at the start, okay, and we will generate our image and see how our concept immediately becomes a little bit darker. But I can see that it's not as dark as I want. Okay, we can press two pluses to highlight that it is extremely important. Just in case, we can disable everything we've got over here. Yep. And let's invoke. Here is our dark version. We can even compare that. Let's press OK. It will be saved to our raster layer. Let's save layer to assets. Let's double click. And when you're in the viewer, you can compare them together. But the main thing what you should understand about compare that if you got both image in the assets and in the images section of the board, like over here, I can't compare anything because my image is in the assets. They are pretty similar. While the user will be changing to dark mode, our image will be in the dark mode. The next, we should send this layer to upscale. Upscaling takes a bit of the while. I will do it a little bit later, but if you need some further instructions about upscaling, you can watch the first lesson where I showed the whole process. So now we will work with you with Outpainting. We have generated the image of beach at night. Why it most likely won't work with that because we have generated the icon. Its edges are all inside the image. Basically here my image is kind of the cutscene. If I want to extend this cutscene, choose the bounding box on the left and little bit move it over here, press invoke, and you will see that this empty space will be generated. Don't forget to keep denoising strength as normal level, in our case 0.75. If you see some defects during the outpainting process, you should better work with in-paint mask that you can create by pressing plus over here. I can't press it right now because I'm in the process of generating. It's all about creating your own puzzle. It's all about working on iterations. Let's press OK, and you can see that here the experienced eye sees that this is the outpainting process. So just press in paint mask, take the brush or press B. You can work. And let's see what can happen. This blur that have appeared should be smoother. So this is outpainting process, quite easy, and it always works. It became darker. Again, you need to iterate, just experience with painting mask. This is our amazing results. These are our results for the light mode. These are our results for the dark mode. We learned with you in painting, outpainting, how to remove the objects. I hope you liked it, especially that one subscriber that asked me to change the car color. Tell me please the same result. If not, we'll be working on that. I will try to rethink maybe your problem or something else. Enjoy your life, enjoy design, be happy. Bye bye.